Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Chime Bear, and I'm going to be doing two videos for you today because there are a couple things on my mind I wanted to share with you. Last night, I was going through my YouTube channels and ASMR videos, and I came across one called Hearing Your Girlfriend's Voice for the First Time, and I listened to a little bit of it. And it made me stop and think. Helen Keller said a quote that goes, "It is more debilitating to lose your hearing than your sight." Now, for all my sighted subscribers, let me see if I can explain this, because I'm totally blind and partially deaf. I wear hearing aids, as you can probably see. I don't know. But when you walk into a room, and there are people in the room, do you hear them first or do you see them first? Chances are you hear them first. When you are in a shopping center and you're looking for a mall, yeah, you could be looking, but sometimes, if the store is loud enough, do you hear it or do you see it first? When you are walking down the street and there's traffic, do you see it or hear it first? Chances are you hear it first. Now, some people make the claim that, that if you're blind, that means your hearing is stronger. No, that's not the case at all. I'm totally blind and partially deaf, like I said. And I can tell you, I'm losing more and more of my hearing as I grow older. And so far, it's been stable, praise God. But it is very frustrating when you cannot hear what you used to be able to hear. And I also think personally, and someone can correct me, it is more difficult to lose your hearing than your sight. It is easier to adjust when you lose your sight because, there's more out there to work with. But back to the subject of voices. When you text someone, you're not really hearing the voice. You're just seeing what is in writing. Now, if I know a person by voice and they text me, I can sometimes hear their voice as I read what they wrote. And so I can hear the voice, and I can picture what they're saying. And a lot of sighted people don't understand this. At least I don't think they do. Being we can't see, we have to kind of form our own imagination or our own picture of the person and the voice. This is like old radio show days, before television, when there was no picture, you had to use your own imagination. This is why most of my channel is audio, because I want my subscribers and listeners to use their imagination. It makes the story seem more realistic, because when you see, you only have just so much to work with. But I will say this, and this is the point the roleplay was making, at least what I think it was making. When you hear someone's voice for the first time, now if you've texted them and you've read the stuff or watched the stuff that they've done and you hear their voice, sometimes you can connect the two. But there have been other times when I've heard people's voices and it was completely different than what I thought. As a blind person, I am drawn to certain voices. The funny thing is, even though I'm partially deaf, I am drawn to soft-spoken people, even though I can't hear them half the time. I don't know why that is. Some people say I have a good voice. I don't think so, but other people say I do, so I just go with it. So, never assume that a blind person's hearing is stronger because they don't have their sight. In a lot of cases, it may be more acute or more aware, but if you're deafblind, it isn't. And you have to use what you got. And that's one thing I've learned. So, the voices, keep listening to them, and you may learn something. Sometimes I can read a person just by hearing the voice and picture in my own mind. That may be hard to explain, but I think you kind of get the gist.